What is going on, guys? Patrick here. Today I'm going to be taking you through what did I sell on eBay last week for profit. It was a good week. I ended up listing 25 items and I sold 24. Not one to one, right? I didn't sell all of those 25 items, but I did sell 24 in total. So very good week. Over $500 in sales by like a dollar, but it's still pretty good. Right, I'm just going to jump right into it today. Boom. First item this week. It's actually a Skylanders lot. This one's been listed for a good while, several months now. Sold it for $10 plus shipping. Originally, I thought I would get like 15 to 20. I think it was mostly because I was trying to get rid of that bag with it. I really just wanted to sell that bag and not just donate it or throw it away. So it caused me to have to upgrade the size of the box a little bit. So originally, I thought I could get 15. I got 10. I checked my records. I don't think I actually paid anything for these. I got them in a big part of another lot and thought they were basically valueless. So I put nothing as the cost of goods sold there. So good profit if you can get it. Next up, this is actually the first of these I've ever sold. It's a Rawlings baseball bat, Rawlings Prodigy. I found two bats at a Goodwill, I don't know, probably about a month ago. They were marked at $5 each. I have been trying to learn the baseball category. I bought some gloves. I don't even know. You may be able to see a few back there on the shelf there. They're right there. And I've got a couple listed. I sold one of them. And then I was like, I've been always interested in getting into bats as well. And so far, haven't had much luck. Just never find anything that I'm like, this is going to be a good value. Or when I look it up, it just doesn't have any value. So have never bought any before. But I was like, I'm going to take a shot at it. Sold it for $19. Originally, I thought it was worth $20. So I was spot on with my valuation. And I spent $5 on it. So I'm pretty happy with that. All right, this was in last week's pickup video. I listed this VCR, and within a couple hours it sold for my asking price, $40. What's funny is this VCR was kind of crap, I thought. The picture on it was just not that good, but I think you guys know my theory on this is like we're not supposed to judge the items. We're not supposed to ask like who would want this. We're just supposed to sell things and make money. So I sold it for the $40 I thought it was worth. I paid $12 for it. Pretty good profit there. All right, this is a kind of a good turnaround story. These Monopoly pieces here are from the Ghostbusters Monopoly. You can kind of see it. Let's see if I can do it right. Nope, it is right there. I bought it at a pawn shop for $5, thinking that I could sell it for like $20, $30, $40. I thought it was a pretty good pickup. The branded Monopolies can do pretty well. Get home, check it out, find out it's really worthless. And I just thought, you know what? These Monopoly pieces tend to sell sometimes. Let's just list them and see if I can get them sold. I listed them for $10 plus shipping, and they sold within just a couple days, actually. So made my money back, maybe a couple dollars of profit, not really too much there, but I'll take it. I really thought it was worth zero. So I'm very happy. I obviously I haven't thrown that box away back there yet, so I'm hopeful that maybe I can find some more parts from that box that are worth something. I'd love to be able to sell like the game board, but the game board is beat to heck. It's all warped, so I'm not going to be able to sell that. I'm going to recycle that. I'll recycle the box. There's the money and the properties, so maybe I can sell those. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you posted if I do. All right, this actually was a pretty fun item. This one here. Toy Story plug and play. I had fun testing it out. It's fun if you go to either of the Disneys. They have these in both parks. It's a fun ride. I've really enjoyed playing with it. I probably would have played with it more if it was actually for like one of the systems. But as a plug and play, not the best little thing, but it was not too bad. When I bought it, I thought it was brand new. So I thought I was going to get like $30 or $40 for it. When I found out it was used, I figured it was worth about $14. And I sold it for $15. So I was right on with that. I ended up paying $4.25 for it. So not too bad. Tripled my money on it. Okay. You guys can probably see that I've got a bunch of stuff back there. You can't really see it very well, but like there's a couple Nintendos right there next to this Transformer. I've got right, a bunch of video game stuff that's just sitting in bins, sitting in boxes, sitting in my storage unit. And I'm like, especially the old Nintendos, you've got to make sure they're working if you want to sell them for the bigger dollars. But that sometimes means like a lot of repair work. Gotta unscrew the whole thing, take it apart, get the stuff inside working, maybe replace the pin connector, the 72 pin connector. It can be a lot of work. And honestly, with me trying to do this YouTube thing that I'm doing, which I'm having a lot of fun with, I didn't really want to spend a lot of time repairing a Nintendo. So I was like, you know what? Let's just put this up and just list it as for parts. I've got all the pieces. I'm just going to say it turns on and blinks when it's plugged in. I didn't even hook it up to a TV to see if it was getting any kind of signal or anything like that. I don't even have the actual like RF connector for it. I could have used an AV cable, but I was just like, you know what? This is as much work as I want to put into this. And we'll come back to that in a second. But I was pretty happy, right? I listed it for 40 and it sold within a couple hours. So very happy about that. If I had gotten it working, I thought originally it would be worth about $60. I haven't really checked the prices lately. It may actually be worth a little bit more than that right now. With all of the pandemic and stuff, like people are buying these old systems. People are just buying a good amount of video games right now. So I may have been able to actually get a little bit more, but I'm happy with getting the $40 I got for it, especially since it sold right away. All right, up next, this item I sold it for my friend Heather. I've been helping her out with moving with her dad. He had a whole bunch of stuff in storage. This item looked pretty cool, so when I went through all the stuff, I made sure to see if there was any value, and I thought it'd probably sell for about $15. You can see that it sold for $13, so I was pretty close on that one. My consignment deal is 40% to me, 40% to the consignee, and then 20% goes aside for fees and any kind of supplies or any kind of issues I may have. So 40, 40, 20. So she's going to get $5.20, and so am I. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. As I mentioned, I'm going to come back to this because it was just kind of one of those weeks where I was listing a bunch of stuff out of my bins, right? So I've got this little like toolbox that's filled with memory cards and a couple other things like that, maybe some SD cards. And I just was like, why do I have 10 GameCube memory cards? I just don't need that. Maybe in another year or so they'll be back at the garage sales, tag sales, what they call them here in Connecticut. But right this last year I didn't find a single GameCube. I found some games, but I did not find a single GameCube. Why am I holding on to all these parts? Let's sell some of them right now. Get it out of the house. Get me some more money so I can go out and buy some new stuff. So I looked through them. I found 2 Animal Crossing memory cards. I decided I'll hold on to one. I'll sell the other one. It sold within a couple hours for my asking price of $15. I didn't even have this in my inventory because it was such a small part. So I've got that at $0. So I was like, $15 from zero. Another one of these, like, it's pretty good. All right, this isn't a bad story, but it definitely wasn't what I was hoping for when I picked these up. I think I got them for $1 each, maybe 90 cents each or something like that, towards the end of the season, so probably like September, October timeframe. And I thought I could probably get $2 to $3 each for these. Probably more like 3, I think. Or actually, I had it listed at $30 is what I thought I could get. And actually I got 25. So I ended up getting $3. I thought I could get 4, got 3 each. Not too bad. As I said, I paid like 90 cents each for them. So I was into it for about $7. Not bad, right? Basically a little more than tripled my money on them. I thought they were going to be worth a little bit more. One of the ones that I had picked up at this same point, I did end up selling for like $10 to $12 by itself. So overall, pretty good pickup. Definitely sat longer than I would have liked. I thought it for sure during the holiday Christmas season, something like that, someone would buy them as a gift, and they did not sell. But they did finally sell. All right. Next was a shout out to my friend Matt. He gave me a bunch of these Imaginext creatures as well as some Star Wars toys last week. Got them all listed, and this was the first one to sell. So this is from the Marvel Superhero Squad, or Imaginext. It's like from Play School. This is Galactus. I thought it was worth $20. Sold for $20. If I was doing 40, 40, 20, it would be like $8 to him. He has told me he wants $0. So I'll take it, right? If he wants me to sell stuff and just keep all the money, I can do that. What are friends for, right? All right. Since it's winter, going through all of my not dead inventory, but not a death pile, we'll call it death pile. And I tend to buy books all summer long, the ones that I know will sell, especially if I put them into lots. Goosebumps is a pretty good one. You guys will find these out there. I'm going to caution you against buying them at a thrift store unless you can get them cheap. I want to pay like 25 cents, maybe 50 cents for these. They're usually worth like $1 to $2 each. I would have said probably $1.50, something like that. So this was a lot of 14 of them, which I sold for $20. So that's about $1.50, something like that. A little bit less, but right in that range. So right, if you can get it for 50 cents and you can sell it for $1.50, I tend to wait until I have like 20 to 30 of these, right? Because then I can command $30 to $40 for one listing. And they don't take up a lot of room. There's no moving parts. I mean, the most you have to worry about is if there's stickers on them or something like that, and they're getting goo all over something else. Otherwise, very easy to ship. You can ship them media mail, right? So nice and cheap. I think I was into these for $1, right? I buy books so much, I can usually get them super cheap. If you're buying, 20, 30, 40, 50 books, you can negotiate there. People want these books out of their house. And I've done really well with these big lots like this. So dollar into $20. Pretty good for Goosebumps. You will find these. Keep your eyes peeled. All right, another memory card. I found that the black colored memory cards are actually a little bit more valuable. So I actually ended up listing two of them. Wasn't really sure of the value. I listed this one for $10. It sold within like an hour for the 10 plus shipping. Pretty good. No, again, no money into this one since it was just in my bins basically. All right. I'd sold one of these previously. I picked up three of them when I found them. I ended up getting them for like $5 each, thinking they're worth like $25, something like that. And sure enough, the first one sold for 20. This one sold for 20. So I was into it for 5, sold it for 20. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, picked these up about a month ago at a Savers. There was probably 5 or 6 of them. I think 2 or 3 of them sold by themselves for pretty good money. They were $2 each. And I was like, this is what I originally thought I was going to do is buy these 3 games or 5 games, then lot them up for like $25, $30. Since I had 3 of them, I put them up for 20 plus shipping. And they sold with, I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. So not like the fastest, but I did get the full $20 on it. If I had sold them individually, I probably would have only been able to get like $10, $11, $12, something like that. So $20 for 3 of them was much better in my mind. Only one listing, only one shipping. I recommend that. Lotting up some of the similar types of video games, you can do pretty well with that. All right. So as I mentioned, I've been going through my death piles, and I had this stack of PS1 games, PlayStation 1 games, that were not in the best of condition, right? Missing manuals, maybe the case was broken, maybe too much scratches. And what I was doing this week, I decided to list a PlayStation 1 for sale. So I put that together and I was like, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to pull these games out and test them and see if they work. So that's what I did. I put them all in. I think actually all of the ones I was testing worked. And I listed a bunch of them last week. This was the first one to sell. It looks like I had in my notes had put in $1.73 for whatever this was worth, and I thought it was worth $10 originally. And the conditions end worth about, like, I sold it for $8. So not the best, but getting out of the house, things are selling. Video games have been hot, so happy to have some things to list and get it out of the house. All right, we'll do this one quick. Here's the other memory card. This one I ended up raising the price up to $12, and it sold within a couple hours. Very easy. All right. Coming back to original Nintendo, since I've been trying to get rid of the systems, I was like, well, what am I doing holding on to these games for? Originally, that was the thought, was I'm going to put them into a bundle and list them all together. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to list them as untested, uncleaned, put them up at $5 each in a lot of 10, so $50. About within, I don't know, probably 6-7 hours, I got an offer of $45. I let it sit for a full 24 hours until it had been, before it had been 24 hours after I listed it. And I was like, I hadn't gotten any other offers. Boom, accepted the offer. Let's move on. $4.50 each, I think, is a very fair sold price. So happy to get those. Oh my goodness. I totally forgot. That was the sale of the week. Oh my God, I am a liar. That is not the sale of the week. We will come back. No wonder. I thought it was for a second, but it is. It is not. We will come back to that. All right, we're gonna do this one quick. Uh, this is an AC adapter for a Nintendo GameCube. I had it in my "What did I buy last week" video. Paid, let's see, paid $3 for it. Sold it for 12. I thought I was gonna throw it in my bin and just make sure to let it sit until I found a GameCube that needed one. What I did when I went into the bin is find that there was already 2 in there. So I'm like, I do not need 3 of these just taking up space, collecting dust, all that stuff. Let's just sell it and move on. So 3 into 12, not too bad, not too bad. All right. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I went to an estate sale and I picked up this Ninja coffee maker completely with the intent of parting it out. I was like, I'm not going to sell this coffee maker by itself. Looked like it was selling for like maybe $60, $65. And I was like, but if I part it out, I think I can make a lot more money on this. And that was exactly what happened. This was the first of the items to sell. $25 just for the carafe. And I put it on my, like, how much I paid for it as $7.58. I'll have to go through like how that works, but basically I take a percent of the total of how much it's worth and then multiply that by the entire price. It's a little confusing. I'll have to show you guys sometime. But $7.58, sold it for $25, and there's more to come. All right. Let's see. So a few weeks back when I went to Savers, I picked up a Wii. I ended up selling that right away for about $90. But there was also this Pro controller in the box, and I was like, I know by itself it should sell. It took a little longer than I thought. I thought it was worth about $18, so that's where I priced it. Turned out it was worth more like $18 with free shipping. So I took a best offer of $15. I was into it for about $3. So pretty good flip there. All right, I figured that you guys would think this is funny. I had, like I said, I bought 3 of these when I originally got them, and the first one took a little while to sell. The second one took a little while to sell, but I was like, I just keep hitting sell similar, and because I wanted to keep more new listings going into my store, right? Because the listings seems to be the way eBay likes to promote you. If you're listing, you're going to get attention, you're going to have sales. So I didn't list them all at once. I didn't list it as this is a quantity of 3 or anything like that. I just did it one at a time. And right, I have the space right now. Maybe not next year or later this year after we have a baby, but right now I have the space. So I was like, I'll just put it up on the shelf and it can sit there until it's ready. Sure enough, like earlier this week, the number 2 sold. I hit sell similar immediately, listed this one, and it actually sold within a couple days. So again, $5 into $20. I love selling this stuff. Very easy to sell. All right. Here's the next part that I've sold from that coffee maker. This is like a frother, goes into the milk. It just attaches to the coffee maker. I thought it was worth like $12. And then when I went to list it, I was noticing it was actually not quite that much. So I actually put like $4 against this thing, which is kind of ridiculous now that I sold it for $7. But it sold. It's good. It's good. Because you'll see, here's the next item. Here's the water reservoir from that same thing. This one I thought was worth $25, and it's actually sold it for $30. And I put on this one $7.50. So I was like, why did I put $4 on the frother? Sometimes the math doesn't make sense to me after the fact. But $30 from $7.50, that's a pretty good flip, right? 25%. It's basically quadrupling my money on that one. All right. The sale of the week time. If you'd watched any of my other videos, I actually did this as an example of how to ship Guitar Hero. So I had this all ready to ship out. That was super nice. I usually don't do that. I usually just get an estimated weight in a box that it'll fit in. But since this one was all boxed up, it was super easy. I love this stuff because it took me a while to list it. I don't know why, because I had to test it, all that kind of stuff, and it just sat for a while. I was into it for $5, and it sold for $50. Plus shipping. So I'm not going to complain about it. I'm very happy it sold. But that's it for this week, you guys. As I said, just over $500 in sales. It was $501. Originally, I thought all this stuff was worth $486. So I actually undervalued all of it this time, which I like that when that happens. It's always a nice surprise. and cost of goods sold was $106. Pretty good. This week, let's see, I put in just about 12 hours into eBay this week. So my sell-through rate's going to be a little bit lower than what I'd like, $34, and that's before fees, right? If we take that down to the $400, it's going to go up, or it's going to go, the hourly rate's going to go down a little bit, probably by about another $7, probably about $27 an hour that I made. In profits, right, that's going to be probably about $300 in profit out of the 500. So I'm pretty happy with that, right? 60% profit out of my sales. I'm going to take it. Very, very happy with that. And hopefully you guys will learn some things that you can sell, maybe get some ideas for how to bundle some stuff up, or maybe how to get rid of some of your death pile as well. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you're interested in more of this type of content on this channel, please do subscribe. Once again, my name is Patrick, and thank you very much.